Welcome back to another episode of this. Dude, could you just relax, please? Welcome back to another episode of The Humor Hustle, where we interview certified hustlers who have found the funny in failure and turned it into fuel for their success. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Parker, alongside a special guest as always. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Pierce Smith. So I grew up in a small town, kind of in Providence in Logan, Utah. And I kind of grew up on a farm, grew up playing sports, and kind of just fell in love with kind of staying active and healthy. And then I ended up moving down here a couple years ago, down to Vineyard, Utah.
Sweet. And just to fill people in, what do you do right now currently?
So I currently do social media, and I'm a CMO for a marketing. I run a marketing team called Lunar. But yeah. So running a social media. Cool.
Yeah, and then I know with social media comes a lot of kind of negativity and comments. So I guess my first question is, how do you deal with those negative comments? Because I kind of did a little bit of research, and there's a lot of positive things, but I mean there's a ton of people that are just bashing on everything you do. And how does that affect you, or does it at all, or does it just make you laugh more than anything?
Yeah, so it definitely used to. So I finally have reached the point where I have a couple hate accounts made for me.
Wait, hate accounts?
Yeah,
people, hate account
like actual Instagram accounts that are like Pierce Smith haters.
No way.
Way. That's great. That's actually.
Yeah, so I finally made it to that point where I've gained some like personal hate accounts, but. Yeah, at first it definitely took a toll on me. Like I kind of just, it wasn't all like sunshine and rainbows. I kind of got to see like the other side, like the hate DMs, like all the negative parts. But honestly, it's kind of gotten to the point where like it really doesn't faze me. Like someone can say anything and I'll just make a joke out of it and reply to it. Like I really don't care.
Yeah,
and that's comments anymore.
That's similar to my experience. So I've been doing, not as active anymore, but I was doing content creation for a few years, and at least in my experience, or what I found out, is most of that hate comes from envy. So it's easier just to turn it into humor, because the second I stopped caring about what people said, my life got so much better after that. But just like when TikTok was getting popular in 2019, right when it caught on, every hate comment I'd read, I'd delete all of them, because I'm like, oh, is somebody else gonna look at this, and then what are they gonna think? So every time I saw a negative comment that was directed towards me for something I was doing, I would either delete them or just straight up delete the video completely.
Yeah.
So because you're soft?
Huh?
Is that why?
I was, yeah. I am too right now. Yeah, exactly. Parker's the guy that
you gotta watch
makes
out
you
for.
delete comments. But
I was the bully. Let's clarify that. I'm the one that started all those accounts.
Parker's the kid that makes a troll account named OJ Simpson and then just you leave those comments on everybody's post.
But you're not soft. But I am curious. Though.
I am right now.
Okay. Okay, so I'm curious though, because you said you mentioned that you replied a lot, and you had the opposite effect. Yeah. I'll be honest, this is my first time in the social media game. I'm ready for the hate comments, so bring it on.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, so when you would reply to these people, did you ever get responses back?
Yeah. So a lot of the responses I'd say were just something like that I would just drive them crazy. So I'd say something like, "Oh, Jesus loves you," or just something like dumb like that. Like, glad I could make your day. They'd say like cringy video or something like that. And every time I'd say that, like most of the time they wouldn't respond because they didn't know what to say. Like they were just expecting me to like try and like bash them and make fun of them and kind of like go back at them and like kind of be defensive. And when I just kind of kill them with kindness on my responses, they don't know what to respond with. So
See, and I do my research, people. I even looked into that. So if someone leaves a comment, he'll usually leave like this big grinning face and a thumbs up and say, "Thank you, I'm glad I could make your day." And then they just don't say anything because they're like expecting him to come after him, and he just like kills them with kindness, and then they're like, and then they just don't say anything after that.
See, I love that though, because honestly, I feel like the world needs more people like that, more people like you, especially when the world is already filled so much with hate.
Yeah.
If you can take a hater and essentially turn that into something positive, I think it's one of the most remarkable things about a human that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
So I commend and applaud you for being able to do that, because in today's world, man, the haters are going to be out there no matter what.
No matter what. No matter what you post, no matter like how positive the message is, there's going to be haters. So
100%.
And then with you're currently on a fitness journey, from what I understand. So what are some things that you have seen in today's world that men struggle with that you feel like you can make an impact with? Especially like, I know the gym is good motivation and like almost like free therapy, but in today's world and what you've seen more specifically with like men's health, how do you feel you can make an impact on that and change people's lives in that?
Perfect. So I think the biggest thing is a lot of people that get into the gym and get huge into the gym, it's like feeding off of a breakup, and they take that breakup and they just want to make their whoever they were in a relationship with just regret everything, and then they get in like this kind of like dark place where they just lose their emotions and their feelings, and they're just like so focused on like progressing in the gym. And I think that's like that, yeah, that's good like for your physical body, but you also have to take care of your mental state as well. And so I'm like, my whole goal with social media is to kind of like focus more on the mental state. Like you don't want to just make them regret everything, because you still loved and care about that person. So that's kind of been my big message, is to try and get rid. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Try and get rid of that like make them regret, like revenge arc kind of phase.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. And then how much of that do you think is behind closed doors, or by men wearing a mask to like hide their feelings and stuff like that? Or do you think the number of men that are kind of broken down from a mental standpoint, do you think that's a lot higher than what it comes across as, because they're just masking it by something?
Yeah, definitely. I think like even like close friends and whatnot, like they will hide and fake a smile all day, and they'll look like they're the like happiest person out there, and then they will be just struggling behind closed doors, like in their room, like late at night. Just that's when I think most of the men typically kind of deal with their emotions, is when no one else can see.
No, I agree with that. And one thing I actually want to touch on behind closed doors, this whole concept. I'm going to just bring it out into the light, because I think it's a very big issue nowadays, especially for young men. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you probably know where I'm going with this, but pornography.
Yeah.
Very big addiction, very destructive. It not only kills more marriages, causes more divorces, but just the mental capacity that it has to like bring young men down.
Yeah.
Without them even realizing it, right? I feel like, you know, I was lucky. You guys might have been as lucky as well, where we kind of got to grow up with technology, right? We kind of watched it progress. Nowadays, it's like it's in kids' faces, and it's like it's there. It's just relevant, and I mean it's everywhere. You can't get a kid out of it, right? And so I'm curious, like, what your thoughts are as far as like, how do you attack a pornography problem? How do you attack, you know, what would your advice be to a young man who's struggling in that area of his life behind closed doors?
Yeah. So I think distracting yourself, like having things to do, having goals and like things you're trying to do. Like if you have way too much free time, that's when you're going to fall into those temptations. And if you're just sitting on your phone all day, like you have no other time. But I think the big thing with pornography is it's like the comparison. Like comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison, like comparing everything you do, is going to make yourself mentally just not focused. You're just going to be beating yourself up constantly.
Yeah, no, it's a demon in disguise for sure, and I feel like it needs to be more addressed and talked about, especially as far as mental health is concerned.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's huge.
Because I feel like it's a bigger issue now than it was, or at least it's spoken about more now than it was. Because especially as men, I feel like they're more obligated to try and hide it if they're not feeling the best or not in the great mental state. Like their go-to thing is just mask it with a smile.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing about it, because everybody around them usually gets hidden so well that their own friends can't even tell that there's something wrong that's really going on inside, and it just gets hidden by this mask. And then I feel like it ends up being even worse, because they're not actually getting something asking how they are, or asking how they're doing, how they've been, you know, what kind of mental state they're in, because they don't know. Mm-hmm. They're just they're hiding something that's really hurting them, but they can't ever get help because they're not showing or not telling anybody that they're in that mindset right now.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's an issue that I think, you know, as time progresses, hopefully there's more light brought to it. But on that note, really quick, Max Taylor.
Ooh.
You and him have an arm wrestle. Who's winning?
I think, because he's a little bit shorter. So I think I'm stronger. But
So you.
okay.
First.
Hold on.
But I think
Here first.
I think I'm stronger, but I think he probably would have the arm wrestling technique down.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think strength wise, like I would put my money on him, like, or on me, hopefully.
Okay.
But I think for technique, like I suck at arm wrestling. Like I could probably get beat by a girl easy.
So wait, how tall are we talking with Max Taylor? Because I don't know if it's the angles or whatever, but maybe that's why it's always a low angle. Because whenever I look at his videos, I'm like, this dude's like 6'3", bro.
He's like 5'9".
Max.
Yeah, 5'9",
Dude.
5'10".
You know what?
So it's low angles.
Yeah.
It's like makeup for guys, low angles.
One of these days, we gotta get the two of them in here, and we gotta get an arm wrestle.
Let's do it.
And if anything, we can take it to the gym, and we'll see who's stronger.
Okay.
You or Max Taylor?
Deal.
Because I think you guys. I just think that'd be a fun
yeah.
one little episode.
I'd definitely be down to run it.
Have you met him before?
I have met him.
You guys are buddies?
It was like, I wouldn't say we're buddies, like we weren't that close, but I have some friends that are super close with him. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably like a year and a half ago that I met him.
Do you know why he kind of disappeared? Because, I mean, he's still kind of active on Instagram, but as far as like TikTok is his big following, right? Like last time I even looked at his page, like 9 mil or something.
Yeah.
Do you know why he fell off or stopped doing that, or are you not like that close to him that you know like why he kind of disappeared?
I would have a guess. Like I think the kind of the fame and like all that attention, I think he started getting the money and everything and like sponsorships and whatnot. And my guess would be he just wanted to take a break, kind of like just live life, not worry about the social media part of it. Because I've taken a few little breaks and stuff from social media.
Right.
And so if I had to guess, I think that's what it would be.
Yeah, so he essentially got to a point where stuff outside of TikTok was self-sustaining, so he could focus on other aspects. And let's be honest, like I'm pretty sure unless they're clout chasing, you could walk up to somebody and ask if they want to do TikTok for a living, and they'd say absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm just using it as a platform to branch out to whether they want to be a YouTuber or mainly prioritize Instagram, because TikTok, as far as my experience goes, they're like content creator marketplace or whatever. The payout compared to Instagram is wildly different. Like TikTok doesn't really pay much. So I've never met somebody personally that's like, oh, I want to be a TikToker.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't work like that.
Besides every white girl in Utah.
And besides every white girl in the state of Utah, yeah.
No shade against white girls in the state of Utah.
Yeah,
there's Stanley Cups,
no flack,
but not it.
Don't worry, they're still on my For You page.
Yeah, and you know what? They're probably in his hater DMs too.
Yeah, also.
Yeah,
and
no.
they're just jealous. They just can't ever get a man like Pierce. That's all it is.
Bro, speaking of that, like, so I kind of took a break, but it's been over a year now, so it's kind of like a sabbatical. But, can I help you, Parker? This is a serious conversation.
No, it's fine.
So I took a break for like probably over a year. I'm still on that break, by the way. But
Take a break.
I
would too.
When I was in one of my college classes, the teacher was going around the rooms for like social media marketing, and I still have the same amount of followers I have now that I did last year. Somewhere like 20,000 Instagram, about 100,000 on TikTok.
You know why? Because he's soft and he doesn't know how to get Instagram followers.
Still soft right now too. I've been doing TikTok a lot longer than I've been doing Instagram. That's why.
Man.
And it's also a lot easier to get followers on TikTok. I think
Instagram's pretty tricky.
Instagram's, you gotta hit them algorithms, dude.
Oh,
the only videos I make to get views. Well, here's the thing too. Instagram comments are a lot more brutal than TikTok comments.
The Instagram reel trend.
The Instagram, dude. I mean, when you dive deep into these comments, you even have people saying you should not have posted this on Instagram, dude. Like, because there's a lot less, I want to say honest people on TikTok. There's a lot less honest people on TikTok, but there's some honest people.
and I think TikTok removes those so quickly. Instagram lets anything
to put it kindly, I think there's a lot more honest responses on Instagram. But I was in this class in college, and it was for like a social media class, and the guy was going around the room, and he's like, would anybody in here like describe themselves as like a public figure, or has anybody made some sort of traction on social media, or would anybody consider themselves?
Don't tell me you raised your hand.
And no, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. But here's where we get back to the white girl part.
Here comes the hater.
Here's the white girl part.
Here it comes.
Yeah. So we're going around the room, and I'm still, like I said, I'm sitting at the numbers I'm at, and I wouldn't consider myself an influencer or a public figure. Like, those are just numbers. Like, my idea of a public figure is you got to have an M next to your name. Yeah. Not on TikTok, on Instagram, then great, you're a public figure. But I had the numbers I had, over 100,000 across a couple separate platforms, but it got around this room, and this girl's hand just shoots up, like whack-a-mole style, like straight up in the air. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. She's like, I have like 34,000 on TikTok.
Oh,
and
my.
Dude,
that's crazy.
I was like, that's wild. Like, first of all, I don't think TikTok followers mean anything, because TikTok, you could get 100,000 followers off one video, because their algorithm is based off of the like to view ratio. So an account with 0 followers could instantly go to 100,000 for making a video that just is wildly successful. Mm-hmm. But no, dude, it was white girls in Utah, man. She was so proud of it too. I have like 34,000 on TikTok, and I'm like, you want us to start clapping? Like,
Gold star.
Gold star, yeah.
Oh my gosh. To that girl out there, it's okay. You're not there yet. It's okay. Keep trying.
Yeah.
Pierce is at what, 90,000?
Close to that. I don't think.
And he's humble about it.
See, he doesn't even know how much he got.
That's the
He got?
English is hard, huh?
Yeah. The wild thing is I got a 36 on that 30. Whoa, what's the highest ACT score?
32? And that right
36.
there.
I got a 36 on the English portion.
That's crazy.
Hold that. Yeah, still soft. Okay.
I can't believe ChatGPT was back then too. That's nuts.
It didn't exist. When I was a junior, I'm old. I'll be 23 on Saturday.
Did that white girl take the test for you?
No.
Because she's super popular. She's probably really smart as well.
You know what? You know what the difference is? Pierce doesn't know how many followers he has. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 30. She probably was like I have like 34.6 or like knew the number
if you
on
said
the dot.
If you said at 0.6,
that's crazy.
Are
you lose all credit.
Yeah, that's wild.
I have 800 by the way on Instagram.
Just
no shame.
0.8.
Oh, let's
808 actually, if we're gonna be honest.
He went up by like 70 in like 3 days without even posting because of networking. Networking is the key.
I did do that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna throw it back to Pierce and go ahead and say, do you prefer a dirty mirror or a clean mirror when you're posing in front of it?
Oh, I would say dirty mirror, because it takes all the attention off of me, so I'm not focusing on myself. It's more like, I don't know. I don't have to see the tiny imperfections.
You know what?
When I have a fat zit on my forehead,
you lost
I don't
me
have
at
to
the end
it.
there, but you had a good thesis. I know words.
36.
Yeah, no, that was the most honestly like logical response I could have gotten. That could have been in so many directions.
Yeah.
But he covered it pretty well by saying dirty mirror, because first of all, like, dirty mirror, bro. I get comment like if I post a selfie in the mirror, there's always one girl that's like, "What is that?"
You need to clean your mirror.
Yeah, like, I
get those all the time.
once a week, bro. I'm like, jeez.
I just don't post pictures of me.
You just don't. You're a ghost. I wish I was you, bro.
Yeah, I like being a
just
ghost.
Chilling.
And now I'm here, and now I'm not a ghost. But that's crazy. Oh, okay. Here's a big question.
Perfect.
Taking it on more seriously now that we've had a little bit of fun.
Yep.
All right. So what do you want out of your life, and what kind of legacy or footprint are you trying to leave or make?
I really want to leave just a big positive. Like I want people to be like, oh, do you know him? Like, he's so nice no matter what. Like, even if, like, say a relationship doesn't go like the way we wanted it to, I want the girl to just tell everyone that I am like a genuinely good person. Like, I just want to be known as genuine and like caring. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. I just want to leave a positive impact.
Damn, this kid is the biggest sweetheart.
Dude,
like I could never be mad at a face like that, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not asking for me, but for the
You clearly
viewers.
haven't read my comments very much.
But I'm curious though. You've had an ex, I'm assuming, right?
I've had one. It was in high school, and it was for like maybe 2 months. So
Okay.
I don't know. That
And when did you graduate? Just for context.
2022.
Dang, so he's like,
So-
19, 20?
20.
20.
Just
20.
20.
Okay.
Okay.
So Parker's, you just turned 27 or
No.
23?
23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it was a beard. I can't grow one. That's probably where the envy came from. But
Better than 13, Garrett.
yeah. So
My
you're
mustache
still.
is bad, so.
So you're still like kind of fresh out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to make that not sound weird.
Fresh meat.
Fresh meat.
Fresh
meat. Let's go with that.
Anyone that's not in Utah and doesn't have a Stanley Cup can hit him up. That's the rule.
So you've had one relationship and it lasted like 2 months.
Yeah, so that I had a relationship that lasted a little longer, but we were actually never official because she left on a mission.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but I don't know. She's back, but nothing's happening with that.
Are you wanting things to happen?
You want to pursue?
I did. I did.
Really?
There's
tried?
still deep down. There's still that little hope. Like I don't know.
Well, dude, she might see this.
You're telling me you whipped out that smile, and I don't even know your name, but you saw him smile in front of a semi-dirty mirror.
Unreal. He was covering his zits and everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So wait, you tried a little pursuit? But
Yes. So
Okay.
she got as soon as she got back, like I just waited. I waited throughout the mission.
Stakeout,
Yeah.
Premeditated.
And exactly.
Yeah.
I was ready.
That's
and I
a
was
felony, by the way.
Well, he is freshman. He's giving a break.
Yeah, freshman. But yeah, so I kind of tried it out, and I was just kept like continuously getting played. Like just whenever she wanted someone to talk to, I was the one who was consistently there. So I was kind of just getting played. So I kind of had to learn my lesson and like move on. And as hard as it was, like to move on, it's for the best. So.
Dude, that's like a horrible feeling. I wouldn't say I have a big dating experience.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Parker's the veteran here because he put a ring on it.
I did.
But
The experience.
I think the longest relationship I've had was 5 months. But I'm like a one strike. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say mean, but I don't date just to like, oh, look at my new show and tell. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I like if my idea of dating someone is like seeing something beyond
You're
just
dating
off
to marry.
dating to marry.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there was a couple like the one, and there's only one that I still think about sometimes. I'm not gonna name drop in here, but
Is this the one that makes you cry at night alone?
He's that's
Used
the one
to.
that-
Used to.
Used to make him do things.
but
behind closed
basically
doors.
it's the only girlfriend I've ever had that I was broken up with.
Yeah.
That's why it hurt. Oh man, hold on.
But
there
you-
might have been two.
You clearly didn't get into lifting though.
One was mutual. Bro, I am now.
Now
Look at
I
this.
am now.
Take out the pump cover.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a pump cover underneath. Okay, for context, when I was 15, I was 5'4", and I think I was 210 when I was about.
That was before I met you.
Yeah,
But
I was still a little chorby on the basketball team, but so I've had to work back. I've had to go backwards.
Yeah.
I'm at 190 now, and I'm 5'11", so we call it progress.
That's big progress.
That's a big progress.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
shout you out, man. That's big. That's
Yeah,
nothing to be-
now I'm like, what was I even
Good work.
talking about? I was leading into relationships.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Alright, let's
the
stop
longest
focusing on
my
Garrett's body.
yeah, let's
We're
not.
sexualizing you.
Yeah.
I think
feeling victimized.
we came a long way from where we were, but no, I have a one strike policy, and I don't think it's mean. It's more of just like the second I see something that I can tell is going to be repetitive.
Yeah.
Gone. One strike baseball, baby. Like the one I was dating, it would have been freshman year of college. No, sophomore year of college. I'm old, bro. How does it feel, Parker?
You're not. Shit.
There's-
We're the same
yeah, I
age.
swear, bro. The rigor mortis is setting in. But I had, or she told me that she wanted me to put college on pause and move up because she was in college too.
Yeah.
She was going to USU, and she's like, "Could you just pause college and come and live with me and let me finish, and then you can go back?" I was like,
That's a pass.
No,
Should have gone up. That's my hometown.
Logan.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
Logan.
Yeah.
But I'm just now about to graduate from UVU.
Yeah.
But She's like, can you put your whole entire life on pause for 3 years? And I was further along in college than she was, and she's like, and then just get like a job here and then wait for me to finish, then you can go back. I'm like, dude, I'm not going back to college when I'm 24, 23, whatever.
No.
Like,
that's
the one strike policy, bro.
Oh, for real.
No, I think that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I'll be honest, I've only been married less than a year. And I think the one thing
I thought you were gonna say I've only been married once, but
I've only been married once.
You have.
I have.
Yeah.
And I intend to keep it that way.
I haven't done that yet. So.
I haven't even thought about it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
But
I might have gave someone a ring pop when I was younger, like a couple months ago.
Your mom doesn't count, good.
No.
Your sister doesn't either.
I don't have a sister.
We've had this conversation, bro.
I don't think we have had this conversation because it doesn't exist.
Your brother doesn't count either.
Buddy. Now we're just. So you're
anyways. So I've been married for little less than a year, once and only ever plan on being once. And I want to say the one thing that I have found out is that the girl that you need to marry has to be willing to support you through everything. And she has to be the one that's willing to bring you up in times where you're down, times where maybe you're not even so down, but she's got to keep building you up as a man. Yeah. And so I think what you did is really smart, where you just decided to kind of let her, pursue her path because you still stuck to your guns and want to become the man you wanted to. And I think that comes along with leaving a footprint, right? You want to be kind, you want to be genuine, and that's how people are going to remember you. And that's why I brought up your ex to begin with, right? It's like, would you say your ex is going to remember you as a kind person?
Oh.
And I think just in sitting here, we would agree with that.
That's a big takeaway. And for all the gym influencers watching, if you were to speak in Pierce's terms, that'd be, if you don't want to stick around while he's bulking, you don't deserve him at his cut.
Exactly.
I just riffed that. That was pretty good.
That's crazy.
Good. I like it.
Oh, I said I liked your volume.
Do you want to keep fighting?
Are we having a fight right now?
I'm kind of enjoying it.
He's always like the haters. And we love haters.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you more popular.
Parker's one of those. He has like 7 burner accounts. I see him.
Got a Pierce Smith rival.
Yeah.
Pierce Smith's biggest hater.
Pierce Smith's downfall.
Yeah,
he owns all those accounts.
You haven't seen the Snapchats yet, bro. We haven't even getting that.
I don't even think Parker has Snapchat. Parker probably still has MySpace.
I already know what that is. But you got to keep in mind, I did not grow up with friends. This is crazy.
Is this an exciting experience for you?
like the fact that I have people willing to sit next to me, unreal. Never thought I'd experience.
Big steps.
Big steps.
Big plays, special plays. Shout out.
Special players. Thank you, brother.
Shout out Sketch.
I posted a TikTok about that, like swerving girls at a Utah Tech party like a couple weeks ago. And I got like 10,000 TikTok followers just off the video.
Serious?
Yeah, but I just swerve them and then, what's up, brother?
Oh my gosh. I still can't get over that name, dude. That was Dixie State, right? Utah Tech?
Yeah, it was Dixie,
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, Utah Tech is not a move, but yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I bet they were so pissed. I'll have to go back and look. Do you have that video on somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Man. I posted it twice. First one got like 5 million, second one got like 1 million views, yeah.
Dude, posting it twice works. Okay. I did this, I had a discovery recently. Well, it's probably like 2 years ago. But it's probably been discovered.
So not that recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like a body discovery or anything, so we're not going to go down that route. But disappointing is all I'm going to say. I was wearing a red and black flannel. And, it was on my bed at the time, but I had my LED lights on, and the color was on green. And I was trying to leave the house, and I couldn't find that flannel. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And so I turn on the light, and then it appears on my bed. I'm like, what? And so I made a video about it. If you have, like, a red and black flannel on just because of the color or whatever, and you turn the LED lights on green, it blocks it out, and it blocks the flannel completely out. It looks black. Lights on. White light. Red light. Orange. Yellow. Now watch this shit. What the fuck?
So you're telling me if there was an episode where I didn't want you to co-host, I could put you in a red and black flannel, put these lights on the green, and essentially make you disappear for all time and eternity.
You'd still see my face. But sure.
That's a good idea.
It would essentially just make my shirt look black, like what I'm already wearing. And it doesn't. I don't have a full body.
But I'd still see your face.
Oh yeah, you still see my face.
All right.
that hater mentality.
Yeah,
that's no.
Parker
I
just lives it. You just fuel off that stuff. You probably go on the Make-A-Wish Foundation and be like, oh, they're really not that cool.
No, I don't try to take money out of Make-A-Wish kids' accounts. Okay, that's not my goal in life. But someone's got to get rich somehow. That's all I'm saying.
I respect it.
If you want to explore that avenue, then I wish you the best.
You guys all have your hustles. I've got mine. Just leave me be. But right. Timmy can wait to get his leg. Okay. No. Okay. All right. So, to someone getting into lifting, where do you think they start? What kind of mindset is needed to achieve those types of things?
I think you don't start off of looking on social media and getting or seeing all these influencers, because they edit all of their pictures, they get good lighting and whatnot, and so and a lot of the time they're just like fake natties. They're taking gear and they're claiming natural, and so they leave these unrealistic expectations for like younger kids that they just want to look like that, but it's like physically not possible to look like that.
Right.
But yeah, so I'd say not, like, just kind of avoid the TikTok and like Instagram influencers and try and find just the biggest dude in the gym. Find the biggest dude in the gym who's like, you can tell he's not editing stuff, because he's just already a unit. I'd go up to him and I would ask him like the biggest or the best workouts to get certain things, best meal plans, best diet. That's kind of what I did. Is I actually, my parents wouldn't let me have TikTok or Instagram when I first started lifting, and so I would just ask the biggest dudes in the gym, and I'd just kind of go off of what they'd say, and then trial and error, and just kind of figured out the best route for me.
So do you still do that, where you'll go up to guys in the gym, you're like, dude, I love your shoulders, your lats, whatever, like, what do I do?
All the time. I'd be like, what's the secret to this? Like, what's the secret sauce? And then sometimes they'll be like, I'm just pinning, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I'll go ask the next dude.
Just pinning. Pinning? What's that?
That means sticking a needle.
Oh, yeah.
Your rear end.
Guys, like I said, this is my first time
injecting in the butt cheeks.
Injecting in the butt cheeks, the booty juice.
Exactly.
So wait, what's the difference between that and Botox? I'm not following.
Beats me.
Man, white girl's really on trend too here. That's crazy.
Oh, anyways, is there any particularly like gym influencers that claim they're natty that you're sus of right now?
There's one that actually goes to University of Vasa that I've seen some of his stuff, and actually, like, when I first saw it, I saw a YouTube video about how he because he's been claiming natural for a while, and he had made a YouTube video because he got caught taking steroids for the last 3 years. And in his video, I kind of lost like all respect, because he said, he was like, I'm not gonna apologize and to anyone for claiming like natural and taking all these steroids. He basically blamed it on, like, because he has a social media following, he had to keep up this amazing physique, and he wasn't like real about it. And so he's like, I'm not apologizing to anybody. Like, yes, I'll admit I was wrong, but I'm not gonna apologize to anyone. I was like,
so it's almost like he's willing to keep safe, face value, and just totally like abandon his morals.
Exactly, like no morals. Like, he lost like the genuine, like, that's what someone, like, you get on social media. You wanna like look up to someone that's genuine, that's like actually a good person. You don't want to look up to someone that's fake and like not living the way that they post. And so yeah, I think that lost a lot of my respect.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the biggest takeaways is, I don't think people, especially, that's why I think it's so important to protect like younger minds, because they don't realize how much of the stuff they see on social media is artificial.
Oh yeah.
It's very easy to learn Photoshop. It's very easy to use filters. It's very easy to use lighting, angles, whatever you want. But the younger audience doesn't realize that. They don't see that. They don't know that the whatever image they're trying to represent has been tampered with. So I think it's important to always be honest, like, at least try to be as honest as you can if you're really like saying stuff like, oh, I'm natty, or I got these for like a beauty influencer, like, oh, I don't have wrinkles because I take this or because I take that. And then you get all these people saying like, well, I want to look like that, I want to look like this. And then that's where I feel like a lot of depression stems from, because there could be somebody like busting their ass in the gym and not seeing the results they want because somebody who's pinning is saying they're natty.
Exactly.
Yeah, it creates false expectations, right? These young kids get out there, they get frustrated. They're like, why am I not looking like this?
Yeah.
And I mean, pinning, since I now know that term.
He's updated.
Yeah.
I'm updated.
He's ready.
But now that people are doing that and they're pinning and they're taking trend, they're taking gear, and these kids are just like, man, why am I not looking like, fucking Captain America yet? It's like, well, dude, you're not meant to be. That's not how God made you.
Exactly.
It's not. Some of the images they're trying to chase are not biologically possible.
Yeah.
There's a certain level that you can get to with being natural, but when you look at guys like, C-Bum and the Ronnie or whatever his name is, Jay Cutler, like that's not physically, naturally, biologically achievable.
Yeah, the other thing that I've seen a lot of, that I've kind of learned from some fitness influencers that I've met, is a lot of them, like before they take pictures for Instagram or something, they'll take a bunch of salt, or they'll take shots of alcohol to just dehydrate themselves, so they're super vascular.
Wow.
They just because the salt just sucks like all that like out, and it makes you so vascular, and like they'll take shots of alcohol because it'll make them look 20 times better. And,
really?
Yeah, so they'll do that.
That's crazy. I didn't
photo
know that.
shoots and stuff.
Just completely dehydrate themselves so their
exactly.
veins are poking out, unforcing it.
Yeah, then they'll go in the sauna for a little bit, like right before, and then they come out. They go to the best lighting, and then they go edit it too. And so there's so much going in behind the scenes that people aren't seeing. That I've had tons of questions from like younger followers asking about like, how do I look like this influencer that's my favorite? I'm like, look, this guy has probably been on here for like longer than you've been alive.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I guess going off that, when someone like a young man wants to like come up to you and he's asking you questions on how do I look this certain way, like are they always shocked to hear responses of like how it's actually happened? Like obviously hard work goes into it, but are they ever disappointed? It's like, oh, I'm not gonna take steroids or like anything like that.
There is like I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely some people that they're like, oh shoot, like even like you guys were saying earlier how they're that short. Like I thought they were like, I thought they were this massive like unit of a person. I didn't know they were like because there's I have a follower who had messaged me a little bit ago. He's 7 foot, so just
oh my god,
like so tall, and he was like, hey, like I want to look like the Trend Twins. Like I was like, okay, here's the difference. It's like 2 feet.
That's 7 foot.
Yeah, I was like, you are not putting on that much size. Like
no, that's
naturally to that. Like I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of disappointing to see. Just all the younger kids, they're looking up to these idols that they picture as perfect, and that's something they just can't physically achieve.
But the nice thing is they've got you to look up to though, because you're natty. I don't ever assume that you're gonna go on to steroids.
Definitely not.
Should you, I'm gonna call you out.
Okay.
We've established I'm the hater here. So.
Yeah, we've already established the hater. But if you're looking into having a positive influence and a natural lifter that's actually natty when he says he's natty, Pierce will be a good person to follow for that. And so just as kind of a little segue in terms of your motivation for the gym, on days that you really don't want to go, what's the driving force in the back of your mind that just tells you that you have to go even when you're not feeling it that day?
Ooh, that's good. I think a lot of it is like everyone's like, bro, what is your motivation? Like, what is your motivation? And it's like, it's not like motivation comes and goes, but it doesn't stay. You got to be disciplined. You got to consistently have goals that no matter what, you're gonna wake up at that time. You're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna eat this certain thing. Because if you don't have goals, you're gonna be like, oh, you're passing through Taco Bell or passing by Taco Bell. You're gonna want to go stop and just eat whatever and just kind of like enjoy things. But if you're disciplined and like consistently just going to the gym and doing certain things, you will succeed at that. It might take a little bit, but it will happen.
Yeah. That's crazy. One thing I wanted to bring up, so I had the opportunity to go to a Limitless event over the weekend. I actually went to the VIP party. I was blessed and, Jeff hooked it up.
Okay.
But I got to listen to Andy Elliott speak. And he has a standard there in his business. Essentially, if you don't have a six-pack, you're fired. If you get divorced, you're fired. And the reason why is because if you look at it, somebody that's like disciplined and has that mindset of like, okay, you know, I'm going to get in the gym, I'm going to eat clean, I'm going to eat right. I mean, that just kind of shows the type of person in the vehicle and the vessel and the unit really that they are, right? So going back to that original question of like, you know, these kids are like, oh, like, I want to look like this. Well, it's like, dude, if you put the right things into your body and you're actually focusing on making the best version of yourself physically, you've made it.
Yeah.
You're the unit at that point.
Exactly.
Like, God made your body a certain way, and so it's like you might not be able to look XYZ because they've got XYZ factors, but you're the best version of you.
Exactly.
So
that's the best thing to chase. Because I think going back to the Andy Elliott, like I've seen a lot of his quotes. One of them was, are you a Ford Taurus or
a Ferrari?
Yeah, or a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And like, are you gonna put the same fuel in like different things? Or are you gonna put like the premium fuel, like the best kind of fuel? Like, are you gonna keep it clean and like and good and like healthy, or are you just gonna feed it junk food and just because it's like a trashy car? Like, are you which vehicle do you want to be? And I think that's huge.
100%.
So back to like motivation and discipline, how important do you think that difference is? Because anybody can be motivated.
Yeah.
I could go and watch a David Goggins speech tomorrow and be like, man, I'm just really motivated to run 3 miles today, but only today.
Yeah.
That's what I think kind of the issue with relying on motivation is like certain people won't do something unless they have somebody telling them to, or you have people going on YouTube that will type in stuff to say like how to stop procrastinating, and I'm like, that's the most counterproductive. Like, you're wanting to know how to stop procrastinating and you're watching a video going on YouTube wasting more time and procrastinating. So like, you don't need motivation. So yeah, like how important is that discipline to you? Because you shouldn't have to have somebody telling you to do it or forcing you to do it, or having to listen to a speech by David Goggins on how you can do this better, or someone to lead your life after. Like, how important is it to you to mainly do it for yourself before letting any exterior factor drive that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just no excuses. Like motivation, you'll have something come up, like you'll have plans or something where you're like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, and you push it off to the next day. But if you have no excuses, that discipline comes in. Like, you're gonna consistently, no matter what, like you make that a priority in your life.
Right.
If you make it a priority and consistently do that, it doesn't matter, because that motivation that's gonna come and go. It's not always gonna be there, but the discipline is what's gonna stay there consistently, and that's where the hard work comes in. But that's where it pays off.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great response.
100%. Yeah, no, I like it all. So, and just to wrap up this episode, you guys, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Pierce for coming on out, having us get to interview him and dive deeper. For those of you that are curious, he actually does have a clothing and a merch line that I want to give a shout out to. Pierce, I'm actually let you take the reins on it. You want to introduce us your clothing line?
Okay, yeah. So I actually started Think Celestial. It's called Celestial SXP. It's just a clothing brand, and it's actually not targeted as much to just LDS people. It's more just anyone. It's more of the message that we're trying to spread. It's not as much just towards the church, but yeah. So Celestial SXP.
Awesome. Cool. Where can they find that?
You can find that in my bio or on Celestial SXP on Instagram.
Awesome. Cool. So all of you guys out there that are watching, go check it out. Go copy some merch. Pierce, we appreciate having you on today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to next time.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it.
And real quick, before we leave, I kind of want to make this a recurring thing. Who would you say is your hero, and why? Along with, if you could give one piece of advice. Doesn't have to be about the gym. Doesn't have to be about running a business or anything. But really quick, talk about your hero, and then just leave them with a message of, a tip or advice or anything that you have found to make your life better.
Definitely. I think mine would be one of my friend's moms, who actually got me back into the church, because as soon as I moved out, I was kind of was kind of falling off the deep end. Like I wasn't going to church consistently, and she kind of just led a perfect example. Like she's divorced. She has like a lot of just difficult things like that are going on in her life, and she just is the most positive, like upbeat, like happy person ever. And even with all those negative things, like she just set such a good example to me that I think she would be my hero.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, yeah, one piece of advice that it's up to you completely, but something that you feel will help other people find more success and be happier in their life.
I would say just smile at everyone you see. Like just kind of just try and be that like happy, positive like light. Like just walk up to anyone, ask them how their day is. Any way you can serve someone, just do it. Like it might not be fun at like that time, but it's gonna make you so like you're gonna be so rewarded after that. So I think that's the best thing.
Smile at the haters.
Oh yeah, smile
at the haters.
Smile at the haters, man.
including Parker.
Including Parker.
Including me.
Man, no, that was awesome though. Episode 1 in the books. Like Parker said, we're really grateful that you're able to come on here and share your story. And hopefully there's people out there that can connect with that and find you if they haven't already. Check out his clothing brand, check out his socials. We'll have them all posted down below in the description. And hopefully someone can find Pierce and connect with him and learn a little bit more about his story and help him on his journey with the gym and doing influencing and trying to change people's lives. So
appreciate you, man.
That's awesome.
Guys.
Never switch on the homies in the day ones. They didn't wanna open doors, so we made some. Take a bow on these haters like I'm Trey Young. That direct deposit hitting like a bass drum incoming.